Hello, welcome to another pickups video. This is the Monday afternoon. Sunday was the second London gaming market they had, and I went up there again for opening time this time. And just thought I'd mention this now, sort of shouting out to another YouTube channel. I got interviewed by them as we were waiting in line for the doors to open and them letting everyone in. Black Arrow Game Talk. They've got two channels which I'll link in the description, but you know, they just sort of initially they asked if I could just get take a photo of them, you know, group shot of them. I was like, yeah, cool. About 5 minutes later they asked if they could interview me. I was like, that's fine, absolutely, you know, no problems with that at all. And got talking, and you know, throughout the day there kept on sort of bumping into them and you know, seeing what each of us picked up. And later on, it'll probably be later on in the week that I'll put the link in the description to their video they did for the gaming market. So yeah, you'll be able to see me in that. So I thought I'd mention that first. But yeah, their channel's really cool. They sort of talk about you know, sort of game talks and you know, toy and game pickups and things, you know, all sorts of sort of game related stuff. So I'll say check them out. Seems really, you know, really cool guys as well. So anyway, pickups. Actually, I mentioned first, it seems they listened to a lot of people's feedback from last year's, and they used a third hall, and I think that was staggering how many people were immediately coming in, because it seemed far less crowded, easier to, you know, move about and walk and see things. And I think overall it was just a lot better in terms of just being less crowded and people, you know, really pushing to the front to see things. So you know, good on them for sort of taking everyone's feedback and sort of making it a bit better. You know, sort of more relaxing and more enjoyable. Anyway, I'll start with the very first thing I picked up. I picked this from Console Passion, so I'll link all these sellers in the description as well if you want to check them out. Picked up Enemy Zero. It's a Japanese version of Enemy Zero on the Saturn. I've been wanting this for a while. I remember on the old Sega Saturn magazines, used to get like the demo discs and stuff, and this was one of the you know, it was on one of the movies that you could, you know, watch the intro of the game basically. And it's sort of like a spiritual successor to D. And I've just always wanted a copy. I mean, it is a Japanese one, but you find with Saturn games, the Japanese copies are far easier to get hold of, and you know, they're far cheaper as well, because generally sort of like European or Western releases are just so ridiculously expensive. I mean, I picked up Japanese copy of Burning Rangers for £5 or thereabouts, but you know, the UK, I've seen it disc only for like 70-80 quid. So you know, doesn't take a genius to work out which one you should get. But I picked up Enemy Zero. It's a I don't know if it's going to make it available, but it's a holographic cover. I don't know if that's custom or anything, but I don't know, it looks cool anyway. But I'm happy I've got Enemy Zero. And the second thing I picked up was, I was going to pick this up initially last year, but I put it back, and I kicked myself for not going back and getting it this last time. So I picked up this time. Oh, I've got the spine code now. It's Slayers Royal for the Saturn. There we go. It's like a turn-based RPG style game. I quite like them. You know, because I like sort of Shining Force games and Shining Wisdom games, you know, on the Saturn, and Wisdom and you know, Shine the Darkness, the Shining games basically. If you like those, you'll like this. You don't necessarily need to, you know the anime or anything. It's just enjoyable. These all were, I had tested them, I just put them back in the baggie for, you know, whatever reason. It's a very Sega-centric pickup video this time, because I managed to pick up a lot of this stuff for really good prices as well, so I just jumped in immediately to get them. And next game I picked up, I've been looking for literally since I got my Saturn really, because where I live, the Saturn games even when it was new, were very few and far between. I could never see this title. Technically, it's just the disc because they had to print off another cover and put it in a DVD case. But I picked this up for £20, and usually the going price for this is far more than 20, even for the disc alone. What I've seen anyway. So I jumped on the chance to pick this up. Die Hard Arcade. This is amazing. This is such a fun game. I love it. It's just good old-fashioned 3D brawler, beating the shit out of guys. And I mentioned this in the video from Black Arrow Game Talk. I believe this in Japan. This was a Dynamite Cop game, I believe. And when they brought it over here, to the West, they renamed it, made it into basically a Die Hard game. So it was, like I said, it's just in a standard DVD case, and it's just a disc. But I've seen the disc alone go for astronomical prices, and it's just silly. I wouldn't pay. I have sort of limits to how much I'm going to pay for a game. Like Burning Rangers. If I saw a boxed copy of Burning Rangers, manual, disc, everything, I'm not going to pay £80 or £90 for it. I have limits. I'm not one of these crazy people who just buy anything. And again, I'm not a sort of a game collector where I'm like, oh, this is disgusting because it's it's not the original case, or oh my god, it's a platinum or greatest hits version. I'm just happy I have the game. I'm grateful for being able to find the game, regardless of whether it's complete or not. I'm just happy I have the game. I don't bitch and piss and moan about it. But that's another rant for another podcast that we're going to be doing later on. Me and D3Ricky again. We're going to be, after a bit of a break, we're getting back to later on in the month. But anyway, that's another story. And the next game I picked up, I know you can get re-released versions of this for GameCube and PS2 and everything, but I played it first on the Dreamcast. Should probably know what it is from that. I've played it first on the Dreamcast, rented it a lot. I always wanted a copy on the Dreamcast because the Dreamcast. Code Veronica. What made me laugh about this though when I picked it up? This was £8, and the hinges are all fine. They had another copy there at this stall for £15, and both the hinges were broken. So I guess broken hinges for Dreamcast games, puts the price up ridiculous, I guess. But yeah, I've been looking for this for quite a while because I used to rent it a lot, and it was one of those things where back in the day you think, oh, once I've rented it so many times and beat it and I won't need to buy it, but I've always regretted not picking it up. So I saw it there for £8 without broken hinges and picked it up. Both the discs and both the discs and the manual in there, really nice condition. Doesn't look like they've really been used, to be honest, but yeah, glad I got. So I've got Code Veronica on the GameCube, PS2 and Dreamcast now. Happy with that. And the next game I'm really happy with. I mean, the hanger's a bit chewed, but I'm really happy with this. Initially they thought it was complete, had the manual and everything, but it didn't, so the guys knocked off £5 from the price, which I'm even happy about because I got it for really cheap in the box. Truxton! Yeah, I finally have Truxton. I'm part of the Truxton elite now. If you've watched Classic Gaming, Mark fucking loves this game, and like I said, no manual and the hanger's a bit chewed, but I have Truxton. I would have been happy with Truxton on its own, but it came with a box, so I'm even happier. Not that I would have pissed and moaned if I didn't have the box, but it's cool to have a box, and when they knock off £5 from the price, it's always good. Finally had Truxton. I gave it a go, and yeah, it really is fun. I mean, I wouldn't say it's one of my absolute favourite games, but it's definitely it is a super fun game. You have to play Truxton. You have to play Truxton at least once in your life. Truxton's great, and I'm glad I managed to find it. And like I said before, I found all of these for at the moment, all of this is, I think, under £70 for all this already. I mean, I've seen Truxton go for sort of like 40 or 50, and like Die Hard sort of 40 onwards, so that would have been £80, and I've got all this so far, just for those two games it would have been £80. All this so far has been under 70, so I'm I'm really, really happy with this lot I've managed to pick up. And next game, I actually picked it. This is all complete as well, but I picked this up and I showed, and the guy kind of looked at it before, selling it to me. Just looked on the back. This looks complete shit, and I was like, yeah, but just because a game looks good doesn't mean graphics don't make the game. It's debatable, this, to be honest. Virtua Racing. Yeah, Virtua Racing. It's obviously the Saturn and the 32X versions are better, but I played this first on the Mega Drive with my friends, and I really enjoyed it. It was because it was like one of the first 3D racing games on a Mega Drive as well, because it's got the Sega Virtua processor chip, and I don't know if anyone hasn't seen it. That's how big the cartridge is. It's quite for a Mega Drive game. It's quite a big cartridge, and but I'm really happy really happy I got it. But back in the day, I used to play it a lot. The music was great, and obviously the graphics nowadays, they look a bit ropey and shit. But I still find it fun. I still like Virtua Racing. A lot of people, it seems like the thing now. If a popular YouTuber says, "Oh, this game sucks," everyone seems to say it sucks, regardless of whether they played the game or not. I mean, how many YouTubers say, "Yeah, the CDI Zelda games suck"? How many have actually played them? Not many, but again, this is another rant for a podcast me and D3 are going to be doing. But Virtua Racing, really enjoy that. Better versions, obviously, but that was what game I played back in the day when I was younger, and yeah, it's just great to have. And again, it's boxed, and yeah. Anyway, moving on. There was a lot of the sellers had like mainly Nintendo centric stuff. Like there was a lot of Nintendo there. I'm lucky that I'm into Sega more, because people do tend to want the Dreamcasts and stuff. And speaking of which, I was looking for a Sega Saturn 3D controller. I couldn't get one again this year, but next one's in July, so fingers crossed I'll maybe get one then. But I'm lucky I'm into Sega, because the dogs are going crazy. Sorry if you could hear that. Yeah, it's very Nintendo centric, and everyone, was like just jumping on board that. I mean, I've got pictures up on the Facebook group and on the page and everything, and there's like unboxed Super Nintendos and Nintendos going for over £100. Yeah, I'll let that sink in. But whatever. But next game I picked up, I have my younger brother and sister had these back in the day when they first came out, and we tend to keep the boxes for our games and stuff. It's like Nintendo games, people tend to chuck away the boxes, keep the cartridges. I kept the boxes for all of these, and we lost the game for this next one I'm going to show, but I've always kept the box. It's in pristine condition. Pokemon Red. This was good. This was only £17, and there were other sellers who were selling it for like 20 or 30 quid. So for the cheapest, you're going to pick it up. Save battery works. Really, it looks like this has only been used, like sort of played a couple of times, because there's very little wear on the sticker on the front, and the cartridge itself is in really good. There's not many. It's just like the odd scratches on the bottom here for when it's been played, taken in and out of the Game Boy, but it's in really, really nice condition. Really happy with it. Obviously, I'm going to clean all the rest of these up, but yeah, Pokemon Red. So I've got Pokemon Red and Blue now, complete in the boxes, and the boxes in really nice condition. And sort of Nintendo stuff, if you've got stuff in the boxes in really good condition, they're more sought after and sort of more, they seem more collectible. But again, I don't care too much if a game's complete or not, if it's a platinum or a greatest hits like all the other YouTubers bitch and piss and moan about. I'm grateful for finding the game. I'm not going to piss and moan. Right. I need to stop ranting. Next game I found out about this game through, I think everyone knows this, through Critical's channel, and it looked, it's probably really bad, the rest of it, but it looked really fun. He makes games really fun to play, whether they're good or bad, and that's Incredible Crisis. I haven't seen too much of this. I've tested it, but I've only tested like as far as he played, so I've only seen like the first 2 games in it with Tanio here. But it seems just like a collection of kind of mini games and QTE sequences and stuff. And I think you play as Tanio, and then you play as the rest of his family for other segments of the game and stuff. But I saw it there. I was like, I've got to pick it up because even if I don't really enjoy it, the price I paid for this isn't like damn wasted money on that, because I got it for a reasonable price, and I like these sort of games. Everyone sort of like immediately tries and gets all the Majora's Masks and all the popular games. If there's like an obscure game like this, I usually go for them because I know not many people care about them, and they're usually inexpensive. So, and you might fall onto a hidden gem, But when you pick up Incredible Crisis, it seems like a fun little game, whether people like it or not, but whatever. And the final game I picked up, I've been on a huge Earth Defense Force kick lately. I've got 2017 Insect Armageddon and 2025 all on Xbox. I'm hoping to pick up 4.1 for the PS4 later on. I know that's basically 2025, but it runs better. There's more waves and extra bits and loads of crap in it. And I was looking for Global Defense Force. Unfortunately, I couldn't find Global Defense Force on the PS2, but I did find Monster Attack. This is basically the first Earth Defense Force game, but they refer to, even though in the it all says Earth Defense Force in game, on the back of on the back it's Global Defense Force, and basically it isn't just an EDF game. This is the first EDF game on PS2, and you know how these games go. You're just like a ranger going around blasting the insects, monsters, giant robots, alien and Godzilla looking fellow there. It's just dumb fun, Ooh. Earth Defense Force games are always fun, I'm not very good at sort of like first person shooters or anything, so it seems like these games, if you don't like or not very good at current shooter games, I think this is like the alternative thing to get, because and these seem way more fun. You're just going around shooting giant space bees and Godzillas and monsters and robots and stuff. It's good fun. It's good clean fun. Well, they're all the games I picked up for the first one of the year of the London gaming market. But I also, the very last thing I picked up was a Donkey Kong. I picked up a Donkey Kong because he was there. And it's Donkey Kong. Well, it's not, it's Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's blue, but yeah, he can stay looking after my games, mate. Thanks. But yeah, that's what I picked up for the first, the second London gaming market, but the first one of this year. So I will be going back again in July, hopefully again in November for the next 2, and hopefully I'll run into more people to if they want to upload videos on their channel with interviews again. I'm all for that. I don't mind at all. Yeah, I think rather than like for the next one, I'm more going up for the atmosphere and talking to people more, because I did more of just looking around and talking to people this time round, because it, like I said, more space, it was more relaxed, and I think it was better organised than the first one. And I think I go up there for the atmosphere. If there's a game there I want to pick up, I'll pick it up. I'm not going to go up there specifically to pick things up. apart from the 3D Sega Saturn controller. I will be on the lookout for that, but everything else I'm not going to be actively really hunting out. But if I see something, I'll pick it up. But I'm going to go up there more so now for the atmosphere and talking to people, because I talked to more people this year and it was fun. Anyway, links to all these sellers, I got these game songs, will be in the description. Link to the Black Arrow Game Talk channels will be in the description as well. Check them out. They're good. They, you know, videos quite fun. You know, they obviously enjoy, because I have done like quite a few videos. They, you know, it's good to just like, I mean, we're chatting in line, just, you know, our chats alone could have been put into like a podcast or something. Just chatting away, talking about games. And it's just a good time. You know, it's far more relaxed this year, and hopefully they'll listen to feedback again, make it better, even though it was much better the second time than it was the first. Anyway, that's it for this pickup. The next pickup video will either be if I find another obscure, unknown retro shop, or chances are the next one's going to be another London Gaming Market video in July. So if you want to go up there, go up there. I might see you, or you know, whatever. Rambled too long. Thanks for watching if you did, and I'll catch you later. Bye.